for this brand new artistry. We've been playing the song for 60 days or so, but we get a chance to find out a little bit more about the Japanese House. They'll be at the Riot Room right now down the hallway in Studio A with John Hart here on the bridge.
I'm very excited about having the Japanese House in and the Japanese House. Amber Bain, thanks for coming.
Hello, how's it going?
I think that this is going to be a really interesting in studio because I think that this is such a tease for the show tonight, right?
I'm very excited for the show tonight.
When you go and you set up in the club, it's really an intricate setup. And there's all this layering. So, again, I think that today the songs stand on their own. They're beautiful. But I think that when you go to the show tonight, you're going to get the full package, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a very different way of playing these songs because the records are so, like you said, layered. It was quite hard to figure out how the hell we're going to play that live. But we did it, and now we can play it live.
Well, that was one of the excuses that the Beatles used to quit touring, was that the records were so complex that they couldn't do it on stage anymore. But I think that the real story was that they were just tired of people screaming at them, right?
Probably.
So, by the way, congratulations on the EP, Swim Against the Tide. Absolutely lovely.
Thank you very much.
You've been doing a series of EPs, and I know that people have kind of been pestering you. When's the full length coming? When's the full length coming?
It's soon. I'm doing another EP beforehand. I'm just finishing it now, really. And then then the next thing is the album, which I've kind of, I'm still working on. But it's in the works.
I'd like to almost get this first story out of the way because it seems like it's almost like mandated that you have to tell this story in every single interview you do.
I think I know what this is going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. The Japanese House is such an interesting name, and you partly chose it because you wanted to be gender-free.
No, not really.
Really?
No, I often get asked if I'm androgynous or if I have a gender, and I do. I'm female. But no, I chose the name because I didn't want to assign my own personal name onto a project. And I guess the byproduct of that was that my gender and how many people were in the project and all this stuff was kind of unknown at the beginning. And I like that.
I apologize for getting that wrong.
No worries.
My impression was that at least part of it was because, like, a male singer-songwriter doesn't have any baggage, but when a female singer-songwriter comes in, they always make gender an issue. Yeah,
I think, looking back, it wasn't actually an intentional thing, but I think I've experienced, I was free of a lot of that stuff that a lot of females experience when they're starting off in music because no one knew if I was a girl or a boy, so it wouldn't be like female singer songwriter Amber Bain or whatever. It was just like weird project Japanese House.
There is an actual Japanese house.
There is,
and you can find it online. Yeah. And it was previously owned by Kate Winslet.
Yeah, legend. I love her. I never met her, unfortunately. She rented it out, and my family and I went there when I was about 6 to 9, one of those ages. And I think this is where the confusion came from. I pretended to be a boy that week because I was just that's what I was into at the time. And there was a girl staying next door, and she had a crush on me, and she thought it was called Danny. And I wore like a backwards cap, and it looked really cool. And then at the end of the week, I told her that I was actually a girl called Amber, and she cried. Pretty sad.
Yeah, it is pretty sad.
Pretty sad story.
Yeah. But, it just gives extra gravitas to the name, the Japanese House. The Japanese House performing tonight at the Riot Room, where we'd love to hear a song if we could.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to play an acoustic, sort of stripped-back version of my song Face Like Thunder first. couldn't speak, so I slurred while I looked for a word, but you left just before I could find it. I sat by myself and I stared at the pictures of you on the wall. I kissed the floor, covered up in a ball. There's nothing coming out of my mouth, so I said nothing at all. Baby, got a face like thunder, always trying to get out and under. Just stay still till I say it's over. Baby, got a face like thunder, and you question your lover. Does she really believe that this new taste of love is obsolete? Just couldn't compete, and so you'll keep dragging your body through life by the hair, so you can say that you've been somewhere and you don't care how you're received. You're sentenced to death and you can't be reprieved. Baby, got a face like thunder, always trying to get out and under. Just stay still till I say it's over. Baby, got a face like thunder. Say sorry for a while, for a while, for a while. You know I didn't mean it. I said something terrible and I tried to redeem it. I can be so cruel, although I don't seem it. Baby, got a face like thunder, always trying to get out and under. Just stay still till I say it's over. Baby, got a face like thunder. Thank you.
It's fun hearing that live. We've been playing that one a lot.
Oh, thank you.
That was actually a song you wrote quite some time ago.
Yeah, I wrote it when I was about 17, I guess. So 4 years ago.
You know, we're going to talk more about the songwriting process a little bit later on, but I just think it's really always interesting. You kind of started into music pretty young. Your dad was teaching you a lot of classic rock, essentially.
Yeah, I genuinely said to him, I was like, please teach me rock. I only want to learn rock.
So can you still play Stairway to Heaven?
Yes, I can. I haven't played it for a long time.
Yeah.
But I can.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny request that I asked him to teach me.
Yeah.
And then the rest was like Avril Lavigne, which he wasn't so into. And what else did I learn? Loads of Beatles songs.
Well, you know, I was trying to figure out if he taught you AC/DC stuff on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, he did.
Because that seems particularly plugged in music, you know.
Yeah, I know. It was quite challenging for him, I guess. But I didn't get my first electric guitar till I was like, I guess like 10. But I started learning guitar when I was about 5. So yeah, I should be a lot better than I am at guitar. God.
You're plenty fine. You know, the the thing that I've sort of created this image in my head, and you're going to have to fix it because I'm sure I didn't get it completely right. But, I have you sitting in your bedroom with a guitar and a computer and a microphone.
It's pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what I do. And a keyboard, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess that's turned into sitting in dressing rooms now. Because we're always on tour, which is great. I like being on tour.
The thing that
it's hard to write music.
Yeah. The thing that struck me about that is that how much of who you are today is a byproduct of that environment, because it was sort of like you're in there by yourself. And so like if you're going to make it interesting, then you're going to start layering things.
Yeah, I guess so. I think my favorite thing about recording is layering vocals. That's where the harmony thing came around, because I was just I would like do covers of the Beach Boys and just like layer about 500 harmonies on it and listen to them on repeat, which is kind of weird, but that's what I did.
Well, and you've talked about that sense of singing low being one of the things that sets you apart, and so you'll layer the low part with the high part. But you didn't actually start out saying, I'm going to sing low. You were singing low because you didn't want your mom to hear it, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, a lot of things. I think it's really embarrassing, just singing when you're in a house, especially if your mom is downstairs. So I used to just like really quietly sing like, and that's how I realised I could sing really low. My mum always used to be like, I'd play her my songs and she'd be like, oh, is this your friend Will singing? But it was me.
It sounds like songs come to you in different ways at different times, and sometimes they just present themselves. But a lot of it is still back around that same kind of activity, basically playing and creating gibberish in the place of lyrics at least until you found the melody.
Yeah, I mean, I usually think my lyrics are gibberish until I kind of listen back to them and I realise that they're kind of subconsciously about something. I never really know what my songs are about until I listen to them afterwards, basically. And that's quite a strange feeling because it's kind of like a therapy session, I guess. You kind of just like say loads of random words and then they happen to be about something that's deep within your psyche. It's quite scary.
There's the thing that people constantly hit you with, which I don't know if you've figured this out for yourself yet, but is just the constant presence of water in your lyrics.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, there's this whole school of thought, like if you read Joseph Campbell and all the stuff about myth, that water is a universal symbol across cultures for like rebirth and renewal. Maybe I'll be rebirthed after one of my, or everyone will be rebirthed after listening to my next song.
No, I don't know why I write about water. I guess it rains a lot in England. That's probably why.
Forget Joseph Campbell. It's all about the
rain.
Weather. Yeah.
The song "Cool Blue," which I'll be playing tonight, is about. Well, actually, it started off. It was raining outside, and I tried to time. I recorded the rain, and I tried to time my finger picking with the rain. It didn't really work, but it sounded quite cool. And it was raining, so it actually was because it was raining.
Well, Rebirth is available tonight at the Riot Room as the Japanese House performs. Amber Bain is in our studios, and we'd love to hear some more music.
Cool. This next song is, again, like a stripped-back version of my song Still. It's gone too far to ever go back. I wouldn't give you up, baby, I don't want that. It is you so hard to be so good. You keep so still. Maybe it's a kind of flag. Maybe it's the reason that I'm bad. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I've always been this kind, baby. it's too hard, I'm too scared for this to work again. But you know I still wake up with you every morning like I'm still there. I heard she's running out again. I know you over there. I know that look, you did it wrong. You're all I've got. I heard you fired up again. I know something doesn't feel right. You know it's gotta feel right. It's not the same now. Before a while, this feeling hasn't changed. It is so hard to feel so great. You know you kept so clean. That was the reason that you didn't stay. Maybe it's the reason you're so glazed. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I've always been so afraid. Baby, it's too hard, I'm too scared for this to work again. But you know I still wake up with you every morning like I'm still dead. I heard she's running out again. I know you over there. I know that look, you did it wrong. You're all I've got. I heard you fired up again. I know something doesn't feel right. You know it's gotta feel right. You kept so still. You kept so clean. You kept so still. You kept so still. You know it's gotta feel right. Thank you.
The show tonight at the Riot Room is the Japanese House. Amber Baines joining us today in our studios. It's lovely.
Oh, thank you.
You know, one of the funniest things that I've read in a while was I read an interview with you where you were talking about how music's always been such an important part of your life that when you were trying to put something off, you would go and write a song instead. Well, now that's your job, and you were worried about what you were going to do to procrastinate.
Yeah. I haven't really found anything yet. Probably drinking. No.
The musician's answer.
Game of Thrones. That's
Yeah.
probably. I'm teaching myself to speak ancient Greek.
Really?
Yeah. I can read it now. I just don't know what any of it means. But, yeah, that's my pastime at the moment.
How did you come to that?
I had this really weird, set of coincidences. But basically, my girlfriend told me to read this book called The Secret History, and I had no idea what it was about. And last time I was in America, I picked up a book on the Peloponnesian War because I'd just finished Game of Thrones, and I thought if I like the Game of Thrones, then maybe I should learn about actual real things that happen. And then I could, if I could know that as well as I know Game of Thrones, then I'd be deemed intelligent. Then this book happened to be about a bunch of classics students, and I was at the same time I'd also picked up this book on Plato, having no idea that this book would be about classics and referencing the Republic all the time. So I thought I'd learn ancient Greek, which is quite a weird language to learn.
Well, music seems to have been such a core thing for you. I mean, you wrote your first song about a chair when you were 5 years old.
Oh, how do you know that?
There's, I could go on. There's a whole string of them. But the thing that kind of stuck out to me was that you also thought about a career in politics for a while, but you put that away at the age of 11?
No, I was going to study politics. I was going to go to university. I don't know where the 11 bit came from. I I was, I guess, 17, 18. And I don't think I'd ever want to be a politician, especially not now. But yeah, I just decided last minute to do music instead. But I actually studied American politics. I found it very interesting. It's very dramatic.
Yeah. You know, I love your story. You know, you've done this quiet discovery, this sense of discovery. And yes, you had bands that were out performing, but, you know, you kind of created yourself on your own. And then, you know, you did form creative partnerships. You got involved with some of the guys from the 1975.
Yeah.
And ended up going out on tour with them. You don't even like to have your picture taken, and all of a sudden you're playing arenas.
I really don't like, but yeah, it was quite strange. But it's lovely because they're like, it's like some of my closest friends. I've known them for like so long now, and but yeah, the tours with them were mental. It was quite weird, but it actually got me over my stage fright. I was terrified to go on stage. I would be shaking. Right? Oh, I am shaking. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just not shaking hands.
Damn, we wanted to make you nervous.
I'm slightly shaking, but I'm not. I feel calm.
Well, good.
You're very welcoming here.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you have to go on and play an arena show, I don't think you can ever really feel nerves again.
Yeah.
Because it's quite insane. It's like a sea of people.
You know, you've taken this body of really introspective work, and then all of a sudden you're sharing it with all of these people. You're going so public. And then there's also the business side, and you went into a meeting to talk about what to put on the cover of your EP.
Yeah, and then, well, it was weird. There was this photographer called Tom Condrat who took lots of photos in Iceland, and I was showing my manager these photos. And then I kind of stroppily said, like, why don't I just go to Iceland and take them myself? And then I guess by the end of the meeting, he was like, okay, so you're going on February, gave me a date. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then when I turned up, there happened to only be like 4 hours of daylight a day. So it wasn't ideal for taking photos. But I got some good ones, I think.
And you really hadn't done much photography either.
Not at all, no. I took a point and shoot. It's kind of cheating, I guess. I don't want to put myself down, but yeah, no, I enjoy taking photos. And then I've since then been to like Morocco and I guess taken photos around the US. I'm honing my photography skills. They're going to be so good by the album.
I just love that story because I don't think you had any thought that anybody would actually let you do it, and suddenly you got a flight booked.
Yeah, no, it was quite intense. I accidentally also drugged myself with cough medicine when I was there, and it was terrifying because I was alone, and I'd gone back to my hotel room, and I was quite ill. I had to get up very early the next morning to catch the lights. Because there was no light, and then I accidentally got this cough medicine, but I thought it was just like sugar. I didn't think it was going to be actual drugs, but I ended up tripping for 4 hours, and I had to call my dad, and he had to calm me down for 4 hours. It was horrible.
I think that's like every parent's nightmare, is to have your kid call from Iceland tripping on cough medicine and not be able to do a damn thing.
Yeah, he was very kind there. He stayed on the phone with me, so.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, your music's been a huge gift to us here at the station, and then to come in on the day of the show and perform for us, it's quite a blessing.
Oh, no, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it a great deal. Amber Bain, who performs as the Japanese House, the new EP is Swim Against the Tide, and it features a song, Face Like Thunder, that we've been playing quite a bit. And the Japanese House performing tonight at the Riot Room, and you actually are going to be full band tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be all three of us. Got a drummer, a bassist, key player, and me, and I have some keyboards like around this area. So yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun. We'd love to hear one more song if we could.
Cool. I'm gonna play Teeth. Yeah. Still burned and I'm blooded creep. I'm a tongue flooded mouth and I cannot breathe. I could be anything, and never so brief. A kick in the teeth. All them powder lines, because I know how to breathe. And never so brief. One more time for love, and then I go again. I'm the movements in my sleep. You are the words I couldn't keep. I saw the fumes and watched them seep into the wounds you begged to bleed. I could lose everything and never so breathe. A kick in the teeth. All them powder lines, because I know how to breathe. And never so breathe. One more time for love, and then I go again. Thank you.
Quite lovely.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, so the plans for one more EP before the full comes along?
Yeah.
How's work coming on that?
I'm nearly finished. I've nearly finished my mix of, well, me and George is doing the mix as we speak. And yeah, it's pretty much there. I'm excited. It's my favourite EP I've done so far.
Well, excellent. We can't wait.
I guess is how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, you're supposed to, yeah. So the Japanese House, Amber Bain performing tonight at the Riot Room. The new EP is called Swim Against the Tide. I'm assuming you'll have it tonight at the merch table?
I will do, yeah. I have a vinyl of it.
Oh, absolutely great. So again, Amber Bain, Japanese House. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.